Hello everyone, welcome back to the Meg Moonbeam YouTube channel. This is Sunny, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Crystal reading. This reading being all about the upcoming Mercury retrograde. Happy August, by the way. Can't believe we're already here. We're starting off this video a little bit differently because I found myself in a very beautiful garden park close to where I live, and I thought I'd share it with you. Very funny in Mercury retrograde fashion. I woke up early to start my day. I really wanted to get this reading done, and I had a few errands to do too. So I got ready, I got all of my cards and all my mystical goodies put together, and I set out on my journey, and it was pouring rain. And the original destination that I wanted to film at, I got there and it was raining, and it took me forever to get there, even though it's not so far. But long story short, I continued on my drive and I found this beautiful spot, and as soon as I got here, it was very sunny and I had a lot of privacy. So God led me to where I needed to be. Anyways, welcome to your Mercury retrograde reading. What is going on with you during Mercury retrograde? What do you need to look out for? Starting from August 4th to August 27th, Mercury will be retrograde, which means that the planet of Mercury is moving slower, and from our view, it actually looks like the planet is standing still. And as many of you know, Mercury retrograde can cause a lot of annoyances. Could be some disturbances, could be some miscommunications, some issues with electronics, but most importantly, it's all about getting all of your ducks in the right order. It's about tying up loose ends. It's about focusing on certain responsibilities or tasks that we've been putting off. It's a grueling time, but it's necessary, because if we want to keep moving forward and keep growing, there's certain, duties that we need to pay attention to in our lives. Certain plants and seeds need to be watered. And not only is Mercury retrograde, we like to call this a retrograde city, because we also have Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto retrograde. I hope you enjoy this reading, and let's get into the crystal selection portion of this video.
Hi everyone! Before we continue, I'd like to say hi. I'm in the car blasting the AC because I was just on the beach for 2 hours filming your readings. But that's not why I'm here. I am here to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel, as it really helps our growth. Please like, comment, and share. We really appreciate it. I'd also like to mention that I am open for readings. I'm booking until October 31st. Once we get to the middle of October, I will open more months. I just like to have a couple months open. And yeah, so that link is in the description below. If you'd like to book an astrology consultation with Meg, link is in the description below. If you're interested in this JuJu, this is a new JuJu for the scorplingshop.com. She is called Dolphin Song. Link in description below. And welcome to Retrograde City. Meg has a astro update for Retrograde City. And
Whoops, pause, that is incorrect. Meg's retrograde city video will be uploaded on August 6th, so you can draw similarities between both those readings after she's uploaded her video on August 6th.
horoscopes for all the signs, and I would suggest watching that and then watching this reading and seeing how they coincide with each other, seeing if there's any similarities or if there's two completely different aspects of your Mercury retrograde season. I'm really interested to know if there's similarities, and it will really personalize this reading for you. So let's get back into it.
Okay, group number 1, if you chose this Libyan Desert class, this is your reading all about what's going on with you for Mercury retrograde, what you need to look out for. Also, not just Mercury retrograde, but retrograde city for the rest of the summer here. And yeah, so with the Libyan Desert glass, something is being brought to your attention. I know that's very vague, but I'm seeing a message or a letter. Could be something that you discover yourself, but it could also be from an outside source, like a person, a friend, a loved one. Something unexpected is coming, or some loose ends. You're going to have an opportunity to tie up some loose ends. Maybe it's the right time to tie up some loose ends now, which would make sense because there are more pressure on our responsibilities during Mercury retrograde. Not just responsibilities, but things that we've been putting off, things that need to be cleaned up and looked at. So something is being brought to your attention. Okay. Okay, so with the cards, I'm probably going to just hold them up to the screen. Actually, that looks okay. But still, I'll probably hold them up to the screen just because we're filming a little bit differently today in a public location on my phone. So, okay. Sorry, I just needed to find a stable place to set the camera. So I'll be holding the cards up to the camera, which is nice. Anyways, so starting off with an animal totem for you, we have the owl. Wow. So I do feel like this resonates with, or has to do with, what I just said about some information coming to you, some type of wisdom, a tidbit. Very interesting. All the swans just swam away as I was doing your reading, or starting this reading. There's a bunch of ducks here, but all the swans are gone. I wanted to show you some swans, but I guess they have somewhere else to be. Because now we have the owl. The owl has joined us and the swans have swam away. Anyways, that's interesting too. Because all birds are messengers, right? And so the swans, which are graceful, very intuitive creatures, have swam away to make room for maybe something a little bit more intense. Of course, owls also are symbols of our psychic abilities and our intuition and our wisdom and the knowledge that we gain here on the planet. So the word abrasive is coming to me, but I don't know if it's that. I don't know if we need to be that intense about it. But just use your good judgment, use your wisdom, take your time with whatever's coming up, with whatever this information might be. Really call in the owl energy to help you with this. Maybe the situation or the information coming is abrasive and you want to counteract that by not being abrasive, by taking your time, by seeking options, by being wise, by not by going on impulse or anxiety. Okay, so using our knowledge and our wisdom to move forward during this time. Okay, we got the community. So if you're finding this hard, if whatever is coming up, I'm not getting info yet, maybe when we get to the tarot, about what's coming up. I just feel like, I mean, this is for a lot of people, so it's hard to be specific sometimes, but there's definitely some type of important information
coming up or something that needs to be dealt with. It could have to do with anything legal. It could have to do with like a house, like property. Could have to do with divorce or custody or like orders on people, you know. It could be a lot of things, or it could just be some information that's difficult. It could have to do with estates. It could have to do with inheritances. So don't be afraid to call upon your community, your tribe, your like-minded souls, the people that you trust for support during this time, or for advice even, because the owl doesn't just have to represent you being wise, but it could also represent you calling upon a wise person. Okay, owls are also symbols of justice, so that could also be like a lawyer or something as well. Having a really wise lawyer. Okay, so Labradorite, see the magic. Okay, so through this all, there is magic happening. It's a transformative time, and transformation is magical. So you might learn a lot, you might gain wisdom, and I would embrace this. I wouldn't, you know, be too fearful, and I would also maybe follow or practice going with the flow, because this thing that's coming up could be looked at as really stressful. But if you still have your eye on the prize or an end game or a goal, you know, like these things need to be dealt with. Like I was saying earlier, like we need to deal with our responsibilities and tying up loose ends, especially during Mercury retrograde. So if something needs to be fixed or dealt with, we have to do it. Of course, we want to be on the other end of it, but you got to go through it first. So there is magic to the situation. There is magic to be seen. There is magic to be had. You are magical. It could also be alchemizing the situation. So again, like I said, it might be difficult, but because you have a goal or a purpose or something that, you know, like an end game in mind, you're actually using your magic to change the frequency, or you could, this could also be using your wisdom and your magic along with people who are helpful to change the outcome for the good, for the better, in your favor. So maybe using positive affirmations or whatever you do, making crystal grids, spell work, whatever, magic, or even prayer, whatever you practice, you can actually change the outcome in your favor, or create the outcome to suit your favor. Okay, so we have Pluto, which is interesting because Pluto is retrograde as well, as I mentioned before. And we have black tourmaline and regeneration. So definitely whatever is coming up is closing a door on something that no longer serves you, and it's actually for your highest good. So letting go of something that's been kind of eating away at you, and it's time, like I said before, transformation or regeneration. Oops, and using your magic to regenerate, replenish energy that's been lost, or to recreate yourself, or to start a new chapter, a new life. Okay, we got Super 7, which is a type of amethyst with hematite and smoky quartz and other minerals. Direction. So, like I said before, keep your eye on the end goal and use your powerful manifestation skills to have the outcome work in your favor. So basically, yeah, something difficult is coming to the surface that needs to be dealt with. That's needing to be dealt with for a while. This could be something that's been going on for years. And finally, it is time to move forward. And you are being given the opportunity, and you have the gifts. You were born with the gift to have this thing work out in your favor, because you have a goal. So focus on that goal. Don't focus on how difficult or stressful the situation is. Yes, sometimes stress can get us down, but just remember that you have a goal and you have your sights set on higher things. And this is not a setback. This is just a stepping stone on the way to whatever your end goal is, whatever your desire is. So maybe writing this stuff down, reminding yourself what your goal is, visualizing it, whether it's in the mirror. Like, this is a lot of very inner magic going on, but also speaking it to your loved ones, to your tribe, as it says here. Speaking it into existence, not using negative statements, using positive affirmation to change the frequency, so that whatever this is, you will get your justice and you will move forward and you will succeed. 7 of Pumpkins. Yeah. So this is like you watching the seeds grow. You've accomplished a lot of great things in your life, and you're going to continue to accomplish a lot of great things in your life. But this particular situation needs to be watered, needs your attention, and it's not going to set you back. It's just something that needs to be dealt with. So don't look at it like a negative thing, because all the good things are still coming. Okay, so we have the King of Cups, or King of Ghosts, reversed. To me, this could mean a few things. This could mean you overcoming manipulation by somebody, or you needing to pay attention to people who are manipulative. But this could also mean that you're not you're learning how to detach yourself emotionally from the situation, and go to a higher, not that emotions aren't high, but going to like a higher aspect by being detached and seeing things more objectively, and using your magic acting from your higher self, or and from your truth, and not allowing manipulation, and not psyching yourself out either, not having anxiety, not allowing anxiety rule you, not allowing grief rule you, not allowing guilt rule you, you know what I mean? And not allowing that behavior by anyone else either. This could also be this could also have to do, all this might have to do with somebody who's been strictly manipulative and draining on you. Okay, wow. So this is really interesting. So we just got the King of Cups reversed, and now we have the Queen of Cups upright. So queens are tactful. But again, with the cups, this is emotional and intuitive. So it's kind of acting from the feminine perspective, the feminine side of you, the compassionate side of you, to have compassion towards these people if they've hurt you, to have compassion towards yourself, and to let go of the manipulation. So this is you actually stepping into your power emotionally, and making your own decisions, how to feel, deciding how you want to feel, instead of letting other people's feelings or wants or desires or manipulations dictate how you feel. So this is stepping away from controlling people. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My phone just fell. This is stepping away from emotionally controlling people and actually having power over yourself. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Bats reversed, which is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so this situation, you need to transform it internally before you get the outcome that you desire. Okay, so this is all about using your wisdom, using your intuition to go through this tough situation and to change how you feel about it and to change how you think about it so that the outcome actually works in your favor. But we still have a little bit of a ways to go before there is like a major breakthrough. Okay, and also this could just symbolize that this is something that's been needing to be dealt with for a while, and it's upside down because it's like there needs to be a breakthrough. So you're gonna have to make these changes. Like there has to be a breakthrough. So now it's up to you to deal with it because there comes a time where we can't hold off on things any longer, or it's just gonna get worse, or it's just gonna be prolonged, and you're not gonna be able to move forward. So this is something that needs to be dealt with now. And we have 3 Astro cards, Journey Through the Sun cards, fulfillment. Okay, so if you're worried about the financial aspects of this, do not worry because you are supported and you will have your financial fulfillment and you will actually be gaining money from this. So like I said, it could be something to do with like selling a house, it could be a divorce, it could be separation, it could be an inheritance, it could be estate stuff, it could be anything that has to do with that, like legalities and stuff like that, because you're using your wisdom and you're dealing with it now properly with people that you can trust. Also spending your money towards the right things. You're going to get, again, like I said, it's going to work out in your favor. So money is not an issue. Okay, so we have Libra, Mercury and Libra. So this is really great because, again, this is a card of justice. This is a sign of justice. This is a sign of harmony and influence, and knowing how to use your influence, charm people. So using that snake energy to charm people to bring in the harmony, but also to empower yourself. So speaking clearly, being fair, because it's fair because you're fair. Like you didn't do anything wrong. And so you, again, like I said, this is going to work out favorably for you. Wow. Okay. And then we have Jupiter in Taurus. Nice. So you don't have to worry about your reputation, sorry. This isn't going to tarnish like these little worries that you're having, like they're not an issue, okay? So we're working during this Mercury retrograde, we're working on changing our perspective about the situation and facing it head on and knowing and using our magic and using our power and the power of, just your mindset and, positive affirmations and speaking things into existence and stuff. We're using that, you're using that to work this situation in your favor. And it's not, you're going to actually be, people are going to find a new respect for you. People are going to look up to you. People are going to be inspired by you. People are going to recognize what you did in a positive aspect. And, like this could also be something like really unique where this case, if it's like something really specific and unique, like you could be the first person to like win this type of case or something. If it has anything to do with like, the public, like some type of a public court. I don't know what that's called. Community court thing. Maybe you're in court for something that you disagree with, or somebody treated you unjustly in some type of a system, and you're actually the first person to win this, or people are surprised that you actually got through and won this, and got some type of a law change or got your justice from some crappy behavior. So you're actually going to be gaining status from this, and this is something that you could actually talk about and help other people with in the future. So this is really interesting stuff. This retrograde city is really calling upon you to use your power of justice and wisdom. You might be working with Athena, or you might be noticing Athena around you. If you're seeing like eagles, hawks, owls, if you're seeing a sword or and shields, or you might just see Athena. You might be seeing scales of justice. Like, if you notice those are synchronicities that you're on the right path. I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, that you're being called upon to use your wisdom and your magic to deal with this, some type of a legal situation or some type of a difficult situation. I'm going to roll these astro dice to see kind of just, I guess, the energies and how we can, what kind of help you're going to get. Okay, so we have Pluto, not surprised. Sagittarius in Sagittarius in the 3rd house. Okay, so bringing to light, transforming, something that will bring you freedom by speaking about it, by getting organized, by sharing this information with other people. There's going to be a huge spiritual transformation for you during this Mercury retrograde. Now, I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did, please leave a yellow star emoji in the comments, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Okay, group number 2. If you chose this beautiful Scapolite crystal, then this is your reading, all about what's going on with you during this Mercury retrograde and retrograde city. So upon holding this green Scapolite gem, I actually had a visual of something being removed or something coming out of the stomach, and I'm feeling like this energy on my physical, in my actual stomach, inside my body. So it could physically be something going on health-wise with your gut or your stomach, something being removed. It could literally be that, or it could be something energetic that you've been holding in that area. So like your solar plexus, that's been kind of hindering you in that area of your life and your health and your growth, and your confidence. It could be something that you're letting go of that actually removes a blockage from that area on your energetic body. So yeah, so this could have to do with your physical health, or well, both. They're both connected to spiritual health, which improves your physical health. So what I'm trying to get at is there's something going to be removed from your life. It could be a person, it could be just some type of a situation, some type of a habit even, or an addiction. Like you're removing something from your life during this Mercury retrograde. So let's see what the cards say. We're doing a bit of a different setup here. Okay. Okay, so starting off with an animal totem. Okay, we got a turtle. Wow. So this is all about growth and abundance and health and spirituality and wisdom and being connected to the land, to your history, to your family. So in regards to health, it could be dealing with something that is genetic or hereditary. But this is also a symbol of, this is green too. This kind of looks like the Scapolite. It has like these little black specks in it and it's green. That's very interesting. This is also about like your home. So just, and you, like you have your home on your back. So it's like changing not only your environment, but improving your body, which is your true home. The home of your soul is your body. And maybe you haven't been treating it right, or maybe there's just something going on with it that needs to be looked at. But also, because I said that the turtle is abundance, whatever you're removing, whatever is being, looked at and taken care of, like I said with the solar plexus, it's going to actually remove a blockage and bring in more abundance, because your energy is going to totally like flip like a switch. Something you're gonna switch. So it could just be something simple like your gut health, like feeding your microbiome, like with probiotics or healthy bacteria, whatever. Changing your food, stop eating certain food, stop drinking alcohol, maybe, or taking a break from alcohol, taking a break from just like any abuse, like substance that is your body doesn't agree with anymore or like. If you've been overindulging in alcohol because it's summertime and it's fun and it's not really a problem, but you can tell that your body's not really happy, maybe take this opportunity to do a cleanse. So this could also be like a cleanse too, and really treating your home and connecting with your body and learning about your body. This could be learning about nutrition as well. So something is going to be completely removed but replaced with very positive things. Okay? And the turtle's helping you with that. Okay, Energizer, communication, interesting. Okay, so we got a double terminated wand. Now these are great for healing. I love using these for not only for grids, because the energy transfers both ways and it's balanced, but and it keeps the connections open. But I also love using it on people for your crystal healing. I love to circle them over the chakras, because we're getting the energy from the higher sources, and we're putting it into the energetic bodies and into the areas that need attention, but also removing what no longer serves and putting it back out into the universe to be replaced and transcended, or what's the word? Transformed, I guess, into or transmuted, sorry, into new positive energy that can be used elsewhere. So yeah, again, this has to do with healing something inside of you. Okay, speak your truth. Okay, so that could be something too, is like if we're holding something inside. So it's funny, we have two communication stones. So this says communication. So it's like letting something go, and it's also communication because, the energy transfers evenly both sides, opening a connection. So it's like communicating with all aspects, and also speaking your truth. So that could be something where it's like, if you're not saying how you feel, or if you're holding something in, if you're not being honest about something, it can lead to health issues, especially in your stomach, because that's where we hold a lot of our guilt. So if you're feeling guilty or something, that could be the cause of your ailments. So keep that in mind. Whatever you need to say to somebody, like, we need to say it, right? Even if it's hard, but saying those hard things and speaking those hard things, it brings us to like another level of enlightenment or spirituality. It actually opens our aura, because we're being honest and we're showing up no matter how hard it is, and we are removing a mask, removing a blanket, removing a veil, and actually showing ourselves. And we can't control how other people are going to react, but in the long run, it's actually the best thing that you can do for your soul development. Okay, wow, healing 33 as well as like a master healer. Spirit quartz, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So this Mercury retrograde is all about healing something. I mean, I don't know how much clearer I can get. it's pretty obvious whatever needs healing, whatever needs to be paid attention to in terms of healing for you. Maybe you're overcoming an illness. That's the vibe. Okay, and we have Larimar, which is perspective. So again, we have another blue stone, which is all about communication, but not just communication, communicating our deep feelings, the deep emotional things that can be scary sometimes. And turtle is also not just an earth creature, but also it lives in the water as well. So we have a lot to do with our emotions. So this could just be mean gaining perspective on the fact that you're actually creating these issues by holding something in it and creating guilt, but also sometimes because of the fear that we have. Also, I just realized this is 22, so we have two master numbers, so the 33 and 22. Okay, so you're learning some very valuable lessons. But anyways, I wanted to say that sometimes when we circulate like a certain situation in our head that is difficult and our emotions are tied to it, we can kind of make it worse than it has to be. And yes, we might upset someone, or someone might be upset, or they might not like what we have to hear, but it doesn't mean that there's no solutions or there won't be any solutions. We're going to have patience. So it's also changing your perspective and seeing that maybe like whatever we need to say isn't going to be taken as badly or isn't going to ruin your life as much as you think it is. And also sharing and having that open communication with another person gives you perspective, because you might not have that person's perspective, is what I'm trying to say. So we need to open the gates of communication, the doors of communication, to actually, see someone else's perspective if we're not able to yet. Okay, getting into the tarot. Okay, so we have, did I say turtle? Someone just said turtle in the background, which is really interesting because we have this turtle card, so that's really interesting. Anyways, okay, so we have the world reversed, meaning the situation has been circulating for some time, and it's kind of been it's kind of gone underneath the covers, underneath the surface. You've kind of been able to like slide it on under there for a while. However, it still exists. It's still happening. And one of my favorite quotes is by Elvis Presley, and he says, "Truth is like the sun. You can shut it out for a time, but it never goes away." So these things just tend to build up. All right. Also, it could be denial. You could be denying that there's something actually even wrong. So not only communicating with other people, but also listening. If somebody has a perspective, if someone else has a perspective on your behaviors or something that they've noticed that maybe that's not working out for you, or like they notice that your health is in decline or something, maybe being open to that perspective. And though it's triggering and though it can hurt and be scary, not going into a state of denial, because there is something going on here. And if you've noticed multiple people telling you something or saying the same thing, like throughout the past few years or past few months or in different parts of your life, if different people are saying or noticing similar things about you, and it's something that you're in denial about or something that you're not wanting to pay attention to, I would suggest, taking those comments or taking those perspectives seriously, because what are the chances of all these different people telling you the same thing throughout the course of your life, right? So obviously there's something there that they're seeing in you, you know what I mean? So if it has to do with health especially, like I would pay attention and I wouldn't be in denial about that. Okay, so this is really interesting. a lot of readings about, like substance abuse and addictions have been coming up. So this is the Three of Cups upright, and it's fine. They all have cups, and this is significant of like friendships and parties and stuff like that. So this could be a time where you take a break from friends, or maybe you've been cut off from friends because there's been a lack of communication. Oh my god, there's a dog chasing all the ducks here. Maybe. Look. Um, maybe it's time to go inward. Maybe it's time to, again, if it has to do with your tummy, like, don't drink alcohol for a while, okay? Get some tests done, see how you feel. Maybe it's time to stop overindulging. Maybe it's time to get serious about your health. And like, this could also be like excessive, like spending time with friends and stuff like that too. It's like a lot of time outside of yourself and not in your own space, not dealing with the things that you need to deal with. So taking some time for yourself. We have the Page of Wands, which is the Page of Imps. So also it could be, I just spilled my water. We're not very stable here on these rocks. Hold on, I'm sorry. Just trying to find a stable surface for the camera to sit on. I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry. I just needed to find a stable surface for the camera because I'm sitting on rocks, of course, at the beach here. Anyway, so the Page of Wands reversed could be some bad influences. Maybe you're a bad influence on yourself. Like I said, maybe you're psyching yourself out. Maybe you're denying something. But you could also, again, going back to the friends, you could also have some type of a friend or, excuse me, or a person in your life that whenever you're with them and like they don't really help with the situation. So they're kind of like an enabler. So someone who's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. Or, oh, it's okay. For example, let's use drinking for an example. Like if you drink a lot, but you're still functioning and like it's not like you're falling over and stuff every day, but you're still like drinking maybe too much or more than your body like really wants. Someone might see that, oh, just because you're not like wasted or falling over or not able to go to work, they might just be like, well, he's fine, like, or she's fine. Just because they're doing that doesn't mean like, they still get all their stuff done, so it's not that big of a deal. Well, it is, because I'm feeling something with the stomach and there's some type of a health issue here, and if it's not being dealt with, like, it's going to just get worse and it's creating an issue. So even if there's no issues now, you can create long-term damage. Okay. And that's not just for drinking, but this could also be someone who says, oh, don't worry about telling so and so the truth about this and just keep it in because you don't need to tell. Okay. Like one time, I'm going to get personal. One time I cheated on a partner and I was having a really hard time with it and didn't really know what to do. And the advice that I got was, sometimes it's better not to tell the person because you don't want to hurt them, and also it's just going to fuck up your life. So that's literally advice that people are out there telling people, is that it's better to just hold it all in and you don't have to say stuff, which I get. Not everybody has to know everything about you, but there's certain things and there's like integrity, and there's certain, depending on what your path is in life, like there's certain integrity that you'd like to keep, and certain levels of spirituality that you would, or truth or experience that you would like to grow to in life. There's certain levels of growth that some of us would like to have or get here in this life. And lying about things like that can put a lot of blocks in the path forward. So make sure you are getting your advice from good sources. And it's not that these people have, don't have your best interest at heart. They're just not seeing like the severity of what the situation could actually be, because they just don't think it's that big of a deal, and their perspective, like, again, going back to their perspective, it's like getting a new perspective. If you really want to heal, if you really want to be like the turtle, if you really want to move forward, there's certain things that you have been in denial about that need to be taken seriously. Okay, and then we have the Empress reversed. So we're getting a lot of cards reversed. These are all reversed, actually. So the Empress is actually a really, really great card. It's all about abundance and fertility and creation and love. However, it's upside down because you're denying yourself something, and there's a lack because you're holding on to something, or there's some type of behavior that you have that is kind of creating a health issue. It's actually blocking you from your true abundance, from your true creative talents and gifts, and from having true all-encompassing love in your life. Or even maybe it could be causing fertility issues as well. So let's see what else we got. Okay, resistance. This is Mercury in Taurus. So you might be someone who's really stubborn. You could have a lot of Taurus in your chart too. You're being stubborn about this issue, but this birdie is here because it's like, hey, listen to me. Also, listen to Sunny. I'm the birdie right now. There comes a point where like you can only hear this so many times until you're like, okay, fine, let me deal with it. Like you might just not want to, or maybe you've been going through some type of a hard transition that you're needing to balance out your life, and maybe these things are just ways to help you relax and stuff, but they can turn into habits. Things that you adopt out of stress can turn into bad habits, which can turn into an addiction, which can, lead to health issues. So, okay, you might have a reason for doing what you're doing or have done what you've done, but it comes to a point where it's like, it's not just a soother anymore. It's like an actual issue. So we need to pay attention to that, because there's other ways that we can go about living our lives. There's other ways that we can go about having fun, okay? And if you need help and support, then don't be afraid to ask. Originality. Okay, that's interesting. That's another communication card. We have 2 communication cards, 2 Mercury cards, which is interesting. This is making me think of so that's Mercury and Aquarius, but this is making me think of the image I just had about when I said there's other ways of about going other ways about having fun, going about having fun. Sorry. This could be part of your personality, honestly. Like whatever this is, like this behavior, it's like become part of like who you are, or like the ways that you like to have fun or relax, like I said, and it might have become part of your identity, and now it's kind of like scary to maybe think about changing that or living your life a different way. But there is so much more, and whatever this blockage is, whatever this thing is that that needs to be removed from your life, it's actually holding you back from your truest talents and your actual greatness, right? And your originality. Like there's so much more to be discovered about you. You don't need these crutches. And okay, so then we have Venus in Pisces. We have submission. So to me, this is telling me you will eventually, submit to this issue that needs to be removed. You will pay attention. You will start, making different choices. You might change how you deal with difficult situations in the future. You're going to start paying attention to this now, I think, because now that I'm saying it to you on here, Little bells might be ringing in your head, and you might be like, ugh, okay, fine, I'll listen to an outside perspective. I won't let my ego like stop me anymore or hold me back anymore. You know what I mean? So it's just like submitting to the truth of why you're doing what you're doing. Like even if there's internal pain, like if there's pain attached to this behavior, like submitting to that, like communicating with that, going for therapy, talking with people about, you know, these hard things, these hard feelings, these deep feelings that you have inside of you. Oh, and that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna roll the astro dice just to see like the energy, what's going on, what kind of help or whatever you're going to be getting for this Mercury retrograde. Okay, so we have the sun in Sagittarius. Wow, lots of Sagittarius coming up lately in the 6th house. Okay, so the 6th house is all about healing. So where are we here? Okay, so illuminating some type of spiritual truth, some illuminating some type of new perspective that you haven't gained yet that is going to actually heal you. So bringing illumination to this area of health and your day-to-day habits and stuff is actually, like I said before, going to take you to a new state or a new level of consciousness and spirituality. And it's going to bring so much growth to you. So if that reading resonated with you, please leave a fire emoji in the comments. Bye. Okay, group number 3, if you chose this beautiful Richterite gem, then this is your reading, all about the vibes for Mercury retrograde, what's going on with you during Mercury retrograde, what you need to look out for. Okay, so holding this is making me feel like, either you've got an idea, a golden ticket idea. I can't talk. Either you've got a golden ticket idea, and you're working on it, or a golden ticket idea is going to pop into your brain. So I feel like you're starting a new phase. The energy is starting to flow again. You could have just had some type of a major ending in your life. And you've grieved through that, you've healed through that, you've learned a lot of lessons through that, and now day by day things are starting to get a little bit lighter, and you're ready for a new phase. So yes, a new idea is coming to you, or you have a new idea. All right, well, let's see what the cards have to say. So we're starting with animal totem cards. You actually got 2. My intention was to do 1 card, but for some reason you have 2. So you got some allies working with you. Let's see who they are. We got the peacock. Okay. So this is, again, coming out of a shadow period. Coming out of your shell. Although peacocks don't have shells, but coming out of a shadow period. So something, I'm feeling like grief or endings, or just like it could be mental health stuff too, like a depression, or just you've just been feeling down lately. You're ready to step out. And also going back to the good idea, it's a golden ticket idea. You're going to be noticed for this idea. Okay, so gaining recognition for something that you're passionate about and that you really care about, and not being afraid. And then we got the sea serpent. All right. So it's kind of like an Ouroboros, where it's just like infinity of cycles, and with each cycle you gain more knowledge and more wisdom, and you know yourself more. You become more aware. You're connected more with, you know, the subtle energies, with the truth of the universe, with your truth. You know, you keep coming back, and it's for ascension. So You may have just had like a dark night of the soul, or gone through some type of a transformation period, where you're totally like ready and you're taking control and you're in your power and you're seeing things clearly, because we have like an eye here too, but it's also like being really in tune with your intuition and like, I mean, it's a sea serpent. We're in the waters, like in the water. You know yourself, you feel yourself, you can feel the energies around you. You're very in tune, which makes you very perceptive and very aware, and helps you, choose your next moves, and to also read the room and read other people, and knowing who and what is worthy of your time, and who or what is, worthwhile. Okay. Awakening emotional intelligence. Wow, you just can't make this stuff up, you guys. You've awakened a part of yourself. Sorry, I'm burping. I have the burpees right now. You've gained some type of knowledge. You've crossed some type of bridge. You have learned something new. You have conquered some type of quest and challenge. I mean, this could be happening during Mercury retrograde. So this is what's happening during Mercury retrograde. So if not now or not yet, you will be. Okay, get laser focused. Okay, this is freaking me out. You have to get laser focused. Focus on you, your day-to-day life, what you want in your life, like what you want your life to look like. We're getting out of the dumps now. Like, the sun is shining on you now. Like, most people have a hard time during Mercury retrograde, but it seems like for you, things are shaping up. Maybe you were born with a lot of planets in retrograde, or maybe you were born with Mercury retrograde. Maybe you're a Leo, and during this Leo season or Virgo season coming up, this is your time to shine. So it's just getting like laser focused. Or maybe, I don't know, the planets are hitting your chart in a good way. You're going to have to watch Meg's videos to find out. Clarity and focus. Ignite your passion. Okay. Do I even need to go on? Do I even need to read the cards anymore? Do we even need cards anymore? Maybe I can just go like, and you'll get the download. You'll know exactly what I'm saying. Okay. Group number 3, you guys are on point. You guys are on it. Okay. So that new idea that you have, you're passionate about it. Again, you're going to gain recognition for it. Keep going, keep moving forward. You've done a lot of deep spiritual healing work. So we're focusing, get laser focused on your passion, which has to do with being like, you need to know yourself. You need to be emotionally intelligent to be able to like really, believe in yourself, to, push your passion, to share your passion, to work on your passion, to have your passion be your life's work. We got Azurite twice. Wow. Okay, so maybe Azurite is a crystal that you should be getting. It's also disciplined with Saturn, and Saturn is retrograde. So maybe, like I said, you thrive during retrograde season when planets are in retrograde. Maybe you thrive. I was born with Saturn retrograde. Maybe you were born with Saturn retrograde. So with the Azurite too, it's like fucking depth, man. It's like really, really, really intelligent, deep stuff. So yeah, I mean, you could be an inventor of sorts, even some type of an inventor, or just whatever your idea is. If it's like a business idea or like a product or something, it's something that people need or that people are going to want, and nobody's done it yet. That could be a great possibility for you. But it's also having the discipline to be passionate, to be focused, to swim through the waters of life like the serpent, and not be afraid to be seen like the peacock, and being very upfront, open, not afraid. Emotional intelligence. Okay, so we got the Two of Swords, which is the Two of Bats. So this is like going back and forth, or it's been like going back and forth between, you know, feeling really shitty and then feeling really good because of this passion that you have. So we're finding a balance here. We're going toward the lighter side of things now during Mercury retrograde, even though, like I said, you're a little bit of a weirdo because Mercury retrograde mostly sucks for most people, I should say. But this could also be like some type of decision needs to be made, some type of like this could also be like correcting negative thoughts that come up in your head, negative thoughts that hold you back, or realizing that you're the only one holding you back because you are so self-aware that sometimes like our ego can it can be debilitating. Being very self-aware can be debilitating because we will start to pick apart every little fucking thing that we do and also connect it to every relationship that we have and every person that's in our life, and just keep on digging, and we can just become like have an existential crisis. So it's about correcting instead of going down the to the dark path of, you know, yourself. We gotta feed all the positive great things so that we can keep moving forward and not letting the things that like our weaknesses or what we perceive as weaknesses to, like, you know, bring us down like a steep slope of self-deprecation. Okay, well, if it couldn't get any better, we got the Four of Wands. So this is a celebration. This could be, you know, people coming together, people celebrating you. It could be a marriage. It could be, you know, if this has to do with a business idea or something, this could be people like really, yeah, celebrating your idea and, what's the word? Like praise. I don't know if it's like praise. I mean, with the peacock, we don't want to get too far ahead here. We don't want to get too much into our ego. You know, like the ego can take us down, but it could also cloud us while we're feeling confident. It can also, you know, there needs to be like some type of humility and humbleness, you know. So, but anyways, this is a celebration of sorts. So this could just be you've gotten out of a really hard, difficult situation, and now it's time to have fun. Maybe, you know, this could be like weddings, this could be events, you could be getting married, someone you're really close to could be getting married, it could be like a proposal of sorts, but it definitely feels like, again, we're on the up and ups here. So you could be building a house or buying a house. Okay, wow, Ace of Cups. This could be, okay, so this could also be like, you know, an addition to your family. So yeah, like some type of a marriage, a creative idea, but this could also be like new love. So there's a lot of things going on here. Maybe this all has to do the passion and all that. It doesn't have to do with like an idea, or it could be an idea based around how to present yourself or how to be and ignite your passion to attract a mate that you deserve and that you desire. Maybe you want to be in a romantic relationship. So, I mean, there's so many aspects to this, but we got a lot of new positive energy coming in. Could be a soulmate relationship coming in, whether that's romantic or business related or friendship related, but also celebrations because of the hard work that you've done, and you're not being afraid anymore to show yourself. Even though you are a deep person, you could be a Scorpio. This is kind of scorpionic. Okay, and so then we got the Eight of Wands reversed, which is interesting. So there are a lot of there's a lot of celebration and lots of things going on, but it might be time to, you know, slow down a bit. Don't try to rush things. So this is not about rushing things, because just because you're ignited and you feel all this surge of positive energy and stuff, I wouldn't rush things. All the opportunities are there. Lots of good things are going on, but just, you know, take it easy. Don't get too excited. So it's about like kind of mastering your showmanship a little bit, right? Not being too show offy, but, you know, you're there and you're ready and things are improving. and things are happening, but also just taking one step at a time too. Okay. Restlessness. So, okay, here we go. So, yeah, you may have been really patient or waiting a long time. And like I said before, going back and forth between up and down, and you're feeling a little bit restless. This is Mercury in Aries. So this is a communication card. So again, if this has to do with some type of a business deal or something, don't rush it. Don't be like over like, yeah, this is so good. This is so good. You're going to want this. You're going to like, don't threaten like saying, oh, you're going to regret it if you don't act on it now. Act on it now. Because like I said, this could be something very innovative, and some people who maybe like investors or something, maybe they haven't heard of it. So they need to take their time to, think it over and see if this is actually going to be like, worthwhile for them or whatever the hell it is. Just don't rush something. And also, if you meet someone, again, if this has to do with like a relationship, a love relationship, if you meet somebody, don't scare them off or come on too strong, like play your cards cool. Don't be too cool, but don't be too assertive either. Okay. So it's about that emotional intelligence and that balance. It's about being focused and igniting your passion and showing up and being yourself, but don't be like rah, 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 and don't be too recluse. So again, finding a balance. You could be in Aries as well. Indecision. Okay, that's interesting. So we got Venus in Libra. Okay, this could also be restlessness because lots of people are interested in you or whatever you have to offer, and like we have here, you might be undecided between which direction is actually best for you. So maybe there are people who want to make deals with you, but you could also have people that like multiple people. So it might not just be one company or person or whatever. I'm trying to be as general as I can, but also vast for everybody here. It's hard when multiple people are choosing these cards. You might sorry, I lost myself a bit. I'm watching this Sea-Doo over here. Anyways, you might be having a hard time deciding what the best direction for you is. Again, so going back to this could also be like moving too. Maybe you've been in a shitty living situation for a long time and you had to go through it, and now you need discipline and you need to get focused on where you're headed, because going back to like a house, this could also signify like home and stuff. You got to let things come to you. Like good things are coming to you and opportunities coming to you. Just don't rush anything, okay? So you might be undecided, you might be restless, but it's important not to rush anything, but to be open, to put yourself out there, but just don't make decisions too quickly, okay? Like the Mercury retrograde is not a good time to make decisions usually anyways. So just go with the flow a bit, get focused, work on whatever you need to work on, look for, new places to live or new opportunities with people or new business contracts, whatever. But don't make your decision until like 1,000,000,000% in your whole entire body that it's a fuck yeah, baby. Okay. Intuition again. Okay. So you might be a water sign, you might be Aries. I'm feeling lots of like fire, but also water, because there's a lot of passion here, but also, and water can also be very passionate, but they're also very intuitive. Whereas fire is intuitive. Again, it's intuitive in its own way, but it's very like out there, go, make a decision, go. So you could have fire and water a lot in your chart. So you're being required to, use your intuition when making decisions. This is also a communication card and a mental card, Mercury. So using your intuition to make these decisions. Okay. So obviously some type of decision needs to be made. And we're going to be open. We're going to be in tune with our intuition. We're going to get focused. We're going to get disciplined about our passions. And we're not going to make decisions too quickly. So now I'm going to choose or roll the astro dice to see like what else is going to be happening for you. What's the vibe? What kind of help you can get here? Okay, wow, Aries. Okay, wow. Okay, Mercury. We literally got the Mercury and Aries card, so you might be in Aries or have Mercury and Aries. Also, Mercury retrograde. Mercury and Aries in the third house. Okay, so this is all about quick communication. It's about confident communication. It's about, self praise, but not going too far. Like I said about it, like being the peacock, but also being the sea serpent at the same time. Like having humbleness, but also showing like, hey, I believe in myself and like I actually know my self worth. And yeah, here I am. So it's about having these conversations. Also, Aries can be pioneers too. So, like I said before, you might be a pioneer of something, or a pioneer. You could be moving lands, as we see here. This is actually Hermes, which is funny. Again, Mercury. Yeah. And we have the compass. So it's like knowing which way to go. So this is all about communicating your passion and knowing which way to go and not acting too hastily. If this reading resonated with you, please leave an eagle emoji in the comments. Love you. Okay, group number 4, if you chose this beautiful bluey greeny topaz crystal, this is your reading all about Mercury retrograde, what's going on with you during Mercury retrograde, what you need to look out for. So let me just get the camera here. So feeling this crystal, this topaz crystal, I'm feeling an emotional and or spiritual breakthrough coming for you. Yeah. So whether that has to do with healing trauma from childhood, past lives, something to do with family, something that's very close to our hearts, could be some type of relationship stuff, or the relationship with ourselves. You're either going to have an emotional breakthrough, so moving forward and maybe realizing something, or recognizing something and sending healing to it so that we can release it and move on, or not release it but remove it and move on and thank it and let it go and thank you, and you're no longer wanted to be harbored. You're no longer welcome to be harbored within my psyche and my being to hinder me and my growth. But it also could be like some type of a spiritual breakthrough, so some type of a realization or like awakening or something like that. Okay, so we're starting off with an animal totem. Ooh, and we got a starfish. So this is a water animal. Obviously it's an aquatic animal. We are at the water now. I don't know if you can hear these seagulls kind of fighting with each other. But the starfish, yeah, you're the star. So it's also like a burst of energy too. And it has to do, again, water is our emotions and our intuition and, our inner worlds and the subconscious and the spiritual and mystical fantasy side of life. So it's about like spreading your little star wings here and exploring these parts of yourself, and also allowing yourself to be recognized, but also receiving like kind of like a gold star for the breakthrough that you're having, and the work that you have done for yourself. So this is about like having pride and being proud of yourself, and also like being seen. Could be by star family too. You could be being seen by star family or being supported by star family. Okay. Wow. Okay. Inner self, new gifts. These readings are getting too freaky, man. These readings are getting too freaky. I think, did I say inner self? I'm pretty sure I said inner self. Okay. New gifts because of this emotional breakthrough or awakening. I don't know. You're having some type of emotional, spiritual awakening. Maybe you're going down some type of a rabbit hole. Maybe you're seeing things clearly. Maybe you're like getting to conspiracies for the first time and you're like realizing a lot of shit that we've been told or taught or brainwashed to believe in this life is not real. Like you're going through some type of a breakthrough, or awakening or just releasing some type of a trauma is opening you to new gifts, or maybe you're just exploring more. Maybe you just got some new crystals for the first time. It could be anything like that. Some type of a breakthrough, okay? And you're shining now. Oh my god. Amethyst. I can't think right now. This is my 4th reading and I've been baking in the sun. Every time I do these readings, by the way, I'm like in the sun. So the sweat has something to do with my ability to channel, I think. But anyways, this is the gateway crystal is what I want to say. And this is the gateway crystal, but it's also the crystal about really knowing yourself and going deep within the psyche, the subconscious, and knowing who you are and learning just about like the truth of the universe, the subtle energies, spirituality, um, different dimensions of thought and consciousness. Like it's just going deep, deep down there. So we have 2 stones about trusting your intuition and your inner self, opening new gifts. Amethyst also can awaken your intuitive gifts. So if you've been called to work with amethyst lately, or if you're working with amethyst lately, I wouldn't be surprised if you're having some type of a spiritual breakthrough. Oh my god. We got fluorite, which is another very, very mental stone, a stone for clarity, for psychic ability, for clear sight, for clear knowing. And the stone says introspection. We have Asterion. Oh, I forget where Asterion is in. Is that in Orion? No. Where's Asterion? In the Dipster? I have no idea. But anyways, so we're going within. We're going within to have, that spiritual, emotional breakthrough. This is a time of introspection. I don't know how else I can say this. I don't know how else I can, you know, explain this. Maybe you're reading new books. Maybe you're listening to new podcasts. Maybe you're reading, the signs outside of yourself. Maybe God's giving a lot of signs. Maybe you're seeing feathers. Maybe you're seeing certain colors. Maybe you're seeing certain numbers. Something is getting your attention you're being called more inward. Maybe you're seeing certain animals. Maybe you're seeing starfish. Like it could be all this stuff, like synchronicities, like times a million here. And then we have this Jasper with Vesta and Resolve. So also Vesta is the goddess or Hestia or whatever you want to call her, and the goddess and asteroid of the home, of the hearth, of taking care of your home, of being the anchor of the family, being the nurturer. So this is like nurturing something within yourself, but also again going within and taking care of your space, keeping your space beautiful, being the keeper of the fire within. So it's tending to your own flames. So deep introspection, deep healing work, meditation. Maybe you're going for lots of walks. Like there's different types of meditation. You don't just have to sit there. If you're uncomfortable with that, you can go for a silent walk. You could have a day where you don't speak at all, you could have a day where you don't use any electronics. Like there's different types of meditation and spiritual practice, but you are adding something new, your new gifts, you're adding something new, and new insight is being gained by doing so, by just communing with self and with spirit, and knowing that everything is related to each other and that everything is a reflection of what's going on inside of you, right? Okay, so we have the Hanged Man reversed. So you could be being forced to gain this new perspective, or to gain this new insight, or it could also just be you be having really vivid dreams. Maybe a lot of stuff is coming up in your dreams. So pay attention to your dreams. You could be feeling really tired during this time. And if you are feeling really tired during this time, don't feel bad, because you're being called to do the inner work, and a lot of work can get done during dreams. A lot of people don't take dreams seriously, but that's almost half of our lives is dreaming, and people don't talk about it like it's normal. Like that's a normal part of our lives that we have with ourselves. Nobody else shares our dreams. I mean, we could, astral travel into each other's dreams, or have similar dreams with people that we are very connected with, which is cool. But most of the time, our dream life is very personal. And sorry, I got distracted by this funny little seagull over here. Our dream life is very personal, and it's a huge part of our lives, and it's not something that we should just like overlook. Like, there's a meaning to all of these dreams. These are things that are happening in our subconscious mind, in our psyche. You could even be a dream decipherer. Maybe you figure out that you are able to understand people's dreams and decipher dreams, and yeah, or maybe you have prophetic dreams. Start writing that stuff down. All right. Also, you might be being forced. I was going to say, Mercury retrograde might be forcing you to do this. You might be really tired. Or maybe your typical group, your friends and family, are on vacation because it's summertime, or they're just not around and people are busy. And you're not really interested in going to lots of group stuff. So, like, there's more opportunity for you to spend time alone during this time. Okay, so we got to the 10 of Ghosts, which is the 10 of Cups. So really basking in the glory and emotional fulfillment of your home life. So maybe this is spending more time, not only introspection, but with yourself, but also with your family. Maybe you have a family at home, and maybe you guys are spending more time together, which is connecting you more to your instincts and to your intuition and to your feelings. Maybe you guys there's more opportunity for you guys to get connected with each other because you are doing emotional healing, or because things from your childhood, maybe you had a dysfunctional family growing up. Maybe you doing the healing work internally is bringing harmony and happiness and fulfillment to the family that you've created, or the family that you're going to create in the future. We have a lot of water going on. Okay, so we have the Fool reversed. Yeah, I feel like even though it's summertime and it's supposed to be time to go have fun, go out, do all these things, you can have fun different ways, right? So, like, I don't feel like you're going anywhere. Like, this is you're gonna be exploring and enjoying all this within the comforts of your own home, and it is gonna be very emotionally fulfilling, and you can still enjoy the summer season. Like I said, you can go for walks, or you and your family can do things like little day trips or things on your own where you don't need to be bogged down by the outside world. Maybe you and your family take a little vacation near the water, like a cottage or something, and the rule is like no cell phones and no TV, not looking at the news, not looking at anything that's going to influence your thoughts or your mental state for the day. So it's like all about really going within. So even if this has to do with yourself and you don't have like a family or whatever, or if you're not around your family a lot, this could be limiting outside information that's going to cut you off from your inner self. So instead of getting your information from outside sources, this is all about tapping into your own instincts and what comes naturally to your internal compass, your own wild connection with the universe, with God, right? So instead of what everybody else is saying and what's going on in the world and all this stuff that's forming your thoughts and opinions and feelings and blah, 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 like we're taking a total break from that. I would suggest, even if you're by yourself, going to a lake that you can swim in, or going to a body of water that you can swim in, and being in the water, because that's going to help connect you with your feelings, getting balancing the water within your own body. Maybe making moon water if you like the vibe of a certain moon, putting water outside under the full moon and drinking it. Any type of like intuitive practice that's going to get you closer to your psychic abilities and your intuition, you are being called to do right now. Okay, and then so this is so interesting. So it's a lot of introspection, right? Okay, but then we have the Ace of Wands. So this is bringing in, again, an awakening, a new resurgence. I don't know if that's a word, resurgence. A new surge of energy, maybe is what I'm trying to say. This is bringing in a new phase of life, a new passion, new ideas. So the Star. So there's an element of after all this awakening, there's something new and exciting and that you're tapping into. You know what I mean? This isn't phallic on here, but usually the Ace of Wands is phallic. This could also be a lot of sexual energy. This could be like a sexual relationship However, I'm seeing it more as like just something new and exciting coming into your life after all of this because of the awakening that you're having, opening new doors there. Enterprise. So we have Jupiter in Aries. Okay, you have, this is like the hermetic hand, you have everything that you need within yourself. So that's again like being a magician, and that has to do with the Ace of Wands too. But you can only learn this skill by going within first and realizing, hey, I have everything that I need and I'm not actually lacking anything. And the more I learn about myself and the more I realize that like so much of my life and how I live and how I think are maybe programs based on what I've observed or been subjected to throughout my life. Like, why am I going to follow someone else's creation when I can create and follow my own thing? So that's why it's really important to cut off like outside news sources for a while, and outside perspectives. Maybe you need to take a break from like influencers or even like even if they're spiritual and these people are speaking their truth. Like, it's good and healthy to take a break and not religiously listen to any type of teacher or guide or whatever for a while, because you should be your own guide. God should be your guide, and the only way that you'll be able to hear God is through communion with God, with yourself. No one else, right? So Enterprise, basically, yeah, a whole new phase is coming because you're realizing that you're in control of yourself and your own life and that you have everything that you need. Rebellion. Okay, so this is funny because again, this has a lot to do with spiritual breakthrough. So once we have like these revelations, we get angry a bit because we're like, what the fuck? Like, oh, dragonfly is flying by me right now. Oh, he's too far. Every time something flies by me, I don't get it on the camera. But dragonflies are symbols of abundance, but not, I mean, sorry, not abundance, transformation. Not only transformation, illusion. So getting into this, once we break free from the shackles of illusion, or we realize that we're being controlled in a certain way with illusions, with fabrications, we start to get angry because we've been fooled. You know, the fool upside down. I'm not a fool anymore. I'm not a fucking fool anymore. I'm seeing the truth now. We start to get angry, right? So this is about rebelling against the norms and being sovereign and being free. When we have spiritual awakenings, we um, we crave more freedom. We crave more control over our own lives, and we start to get angry. So this could also be like stepping into some type of a leadership role or just spreading your information. So instead of like just listening to other people share information, maybe you'll start to share information, or maybe you'll start to join some type of like community groups or information groups, or you know, you're just calling your power back, really. So you're rebelling against what the societal norms are, what the normal belief systems are, and stuff like that. Okay, and then we have inheritance, which is Saturn and Scorpio. So you may well actually be getting an inheritance, or you're gaining an inheritance of wealth and knowledge. You're gaining knowledge. You're awakening something that's been dormant inside of you. You're going through an awakening, which will allow you to gain spiritual inheritance, but also open the doors, like the kingdom of your inheritance is what I'm hearing. It's like now you have a clear path forward, really, because it's like a blank slate. Like everything that you've been told is a fucking lie. So I'm gonna take matters into my own hands, and I'm gonna fucking build my own empire and get my own inheritance. Like my inheritance exists. It's been there. It's been waiting for me, and it could be. Okay, this is getting really crazy. I don't want this reading to get too long, but I'm totally getting an image or some type of a flashback from like a past life, where you could have actually been like a royal, born into like a royal family, which royal families have their own sets of rules and regulations, and it's like not really fair, you know, to like the common people. So in the next lives after that, you may have gone through some lessons where you may have been a victim to following certain government laws or rules or whatever, and regulations and restrictions. And now you can see both perspectives. Sorry, someone walked by. I don't know how to explain this right now. I think you guys kind of understand what I'm trying to say, is that you've been through a series of lifetimes where you've kind of had to live through the opposite of what it means to be royal and stuff like that. And then you see now that there's just like this system that's unfair and this like hierarchy that's unfair, and then like the families just like feed into each other and like breed into each other to like maintain and grow their wealth, while having, you know, common folk like middle class people suffer and have to abide by their rules. And um there is an inheritance waiting for you because of some type of a past life royalty. I really don't know how to explain this. This is really hard for me to explain, but it's taken basically like a lifetimes, like a whole cycle, to for you to even have this spiritual awakening. So if you've been having also dreams about, could be like medieval times. Oh, here's the dragonfly again. Something medieval. I'm feeling like royal families of Renaissance. I don't know, Middle Ages, anything like that. Yeah, I mean, you could have even been in a past life part of like the Illuminati or something, or the Catholic Church, not wanting to offend anybody, but any type of organization that puts itself above every regular people, I think is evil. Nothing wrong with you know, religion and stuff like that. But anyways, I don't want to get into that right now, but I think you guys understand what I'm saying. So that's what's going on. That just got kind of intense. I'm gonna roll the astro dice just to see like any extra information that you need to know or any help that you can get during this retrograde season. Okay, okay. I think every group almost got Sagittarius. Like I'm pretty sure every group got Sagittarius, except for one. Okay, so we have the Sun in Sagittarius in the 7th house. Okay, so again, illuminating some type of a spiritual truth or some type of information, knowledge that that has to do with your relationships with other people or to do with other people. So gaining perspective, gaining truth, gaining spiritual enlightenment by learning the truth about other people and their intentions and how it affects you and your relationships. So if that reading resonated with you, please leave a a happy face emoji in the comments. Love you guys.